Hello, welcome. Can you guys see me? I'm unsure. Okay, no, I think you can. Okay. Hello, welcome to our Friday live stream. I'm feeling really nervous for this one for some reason, just like really anxious. First time being on time. Okay, welcome. So today we voted on this topic and we voted on what do they want to say to you. So first and foremost, I do just want to draw your attention to this piece of artwork behind me. I made that and I just wanted you to know that I made that and I'm very proud of it, and my husband put a frame on it and I just wanted you to see that. So okay, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this reading of what this person would say to you. So I'm just going to shuffle. Hello. I hope you guys had a good week. I've been anxious this whole week. About the reading, or, well, I guess not about the whole reading because we just voted on it recently. Hello. Hi, Cease. Okay, I always click so fast. Okay. So we're all here together in our beautiful Sangha, our beautiful spiritual community where we're all mixing energies together. I love this. I love this feeling. All right. So this diamond energy, I feel like, is super relevant to this reading here as well. I just heard you're beautiful and you're so brilliant and there's so many shades to you and you're very strong and you're very tough, but sometimes it's really difficult to read you because you can be so strong. And I know that we're not into any of the groups yet, so that's just for somebody that just came through just right away. So, okay. Let me just shuffle here. All right, Spirit, give us 3 piles, 3 separate piles, please, for this reading of what person on their mind would say to you. Just a reminder, sometimes you can be drawn to more than one pile. I've noticed in my readings that I think one pile can be your energy and another pile could be somebody else that you're dealing with's energy. So if you get drawn into your own energy, it might be a good idea to choose a different pile and see if that one resonates better for like the person that you're asking about. And it can also be really helpful. That a lot of people have been mentioning this lately. It can be really helpful to like get your own energy ricocheted back at you, to try to better understand the tarot process, but also to like really tune into that intuition and to help you kind of navigate what resonates with you and what doesn't resonate with you. Hello. Okay, so Spirit, 3 separate piles, please. Messages for the highest vibrational good of all beings. Clear, concise messages. There's 3 stacks, 3 separate piles for what your person would say to them. Messages for the highest vibrational good of all beings, please, Spirit. Okay. There's like so much anxiety. Oh my gosh. Okay. I always like to check what's on the bottom of the deck. So we've got the desert and we've got the siren. I'm hearing help. I really need somebody help. Not just anybody. So I'm just going to leave this over here. I'm already getting a lot of energy that's coming off of that. I also, okay, so we'll go over the piles and then I'll just want to tell you something I noticed here. So the first pile is Gnosis. This is pile number 1. Sorry, I'm just noticed I got some lint here. All right. Pile number 1. This is pile number 2, the mountain. This one comes out a lot, I noticed. Sorry if my hand is shaking. I have a lot of caffeine. And then the maiden for pile number 3. Okay, so I'll hold them all up together. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So I'll let you look at those here. Pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. Okay, so I just wanted to say here really quick, especially these two, the mountain and the maiden. I noticed that these cards come out a lot, and it just surprises me because I always shuffle in order to get the, like I sage my cards and everything, and then I always shuffle to get like the energies that want to come out. And I've noticed these two come out an awful lot, especially over on Patreon. That just might be something worth clocking in your mind, the mountain and the maiden. And if you can think of any mythological story or place or something when you were a maiden or now that you're a maiden that really resonates with that, that might be relevant here to this situation. Okay, so moving in to pile number 1, what would this person say with this Gnosis energy? Okay, so this person is all confused. Immediately I'm getting that. Like they're all confused and they're all muddled. They don't know what is going on inside of them. I'm hearing like, I don't know what's happening. And I'm hearing like one trick pony in their mind. Like I'm picturing this as kind of like a wheel turning in this person's mind, but it's like they have one gear. They have one wheel in order to try to process this connection and their feelings and everything that's kind of like gone on. Like with you and around your energy. But also this person has something major that's going on around them that you may or may not see. And that's that energy that I was getting before of like, help, I really need somebody, help, but not anybody. So it's like this person is struggling. They're in the desert. And I'm hearing like, remember Anakin Skywalker in Star Wars? He says that thing about sand that like everybody always jokes about, like, oh, I just like really hate sand. You know, so I feel like this person is just like surrounded by sand and it's abrasive, but just like that kind of like an exfoliant, you know, it's like sloughing off all the dead skin. So this person's going through this process that they don't understand. And I'm hearing the fact that they don't understand it is actually a part of the process. So in terms of what this person would say, I feel like they're really hesitant to open up and like say anything because they feel like it's just going to come out as a jumbled mess or they don't really know. And I also feel like this person, they don't know how to ask for help in this situation because they don't really know what the issue is, because whatever this is that they're going through, it's a process. It's very holistic and it's like all encompassing. And I'm picturing like a bunch of arrows pointing in like on this person, like almost like the gravity of their situation is like pushing them. And Spirit is saying, the pressure. This person's experiencing some kind of pressure. That's the diamond. Oh, I knew it. Okay, the diamond energy, because they're trying to make this person a diamond, but a diamond requires a certain amount of pressure. So this person doesn't understand that. They're feeling this and it all feels kind of bad. But I'm hearing like the pressure is really arrows that are pointing this person inwards. That's why this person is so confused, because they're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. But really they're supposed to go within. And you remember the thing that we used to do in elementary school, and it was like one of your friends would like lay down, and then you would hold them up and you would say, light as a feather, stiff as a board, light as a feather, stiff as a board, light as a feather, stiff as a board. And all of a sudden, like, you could pick them up easier. They really were like light as a feather, stiff as a board, and it was just like crazy, you know. Another thing is that apple experiment. We did this in like 3rd grade, where my teacher like put out the apples, you know, and one apple you said a bunch of nice stuff to, like, I love you, you're so beautiful, la 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 la, and then the other apple you'd be like, you're stupid, I hate you, da 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 da, and then like the one apple actually like goes bad quicker. Like, you notice that? So I feel like this person, that's what the pressure is. It's like pointing this person inwards so that they understand that the way that they're interacting with their life, because this feels like, I'm hearing like it has not so much to do with you, very little to do with you, like what this person's kind of processing, but your energy kind of like sits there as light, you know, that's kind of leading people onwards, or like leading this person, like you have the answer or something like that, because I feel like you are really good at going inward, and it kind of like makes sense here. And so this person is meant to be doing that, but they don't understand. So in terms of what this person would say to you, I feel like they would really want to like have a conversation with you, and I feel like they would mostly want to listen to you, actually, like maybe just tell you kind of what's going on, because they kind of get this sense that you might say one or two things that would really click in for them. And I'm hearing you have that kind of a soul connection, like over millennia, over eons, over lifetimes, where you have this kind of track record with this soul, whether or not they know that consciously, where you just say the right thing and it makes something clearer, and it actually like clicks them in. So this person would tell you that they're having a hard time. That's what they would tell you. Yeah, they would tell you that they've been having a really difficult time and that they really need help. I'm hearing, I don't recognize myself, I don't even know who I am anymore. That's the caterpillar that's like turned to goo before the butterfly, that moment of like, I don't even recognize myself. And they don't know that it's a good thing. And I feel like Spirit might honestly even just be bringing this person to you for hope, because I think you have gone through this metamorphosis. Oh, that's this Gnosis energy, because Gnosis in this deck, this is the Archetypes deck by Carolyn Cranz. They have like different sections of this, and this is one of the initiations, which are like the final set. The Gnosis energy is an initiation. So this person is kind of being initiated into a new level of understanding, a new level of spirituality. I'm hearing they're really having to be humbled, but it's like this person doesn't understand that being humbled is a really good thing. Just like pride comes before the fall, being humbled comes before leveling up, is what I'm hearing. And especially that's true for this person. And I think you know that. Like, I think you've lived that. And so it's like you have this perspective, and this person can see this, because I think this person understands. I'm hearing the word glow up, I'm hearing some kind of transformation, and it's from the inside out. I literally just saw that in the comment section. Why does that remind me of Inside Out, the movie? Yes, so like from the inside out, like you have changed and transformed from the inside out. But the thing is, it's really hard for us as physical beings to talk about the inside, because we just see the outside. So when you are really good at reading people or something, that's what you're trying to do, is you're trying to deduce what's going on the inside. I think what this person would also try to tell you is that my insides don't match my outsides right now. So please don't read my body language or like the weird little things that I say and then read too much into them, because I'm a goo. I don't know exactly like what's going on. I'm kind of going through a really hard time, because I feel like this person likes to feel strong and feel in control. I do feel like with the siren energy, okay, there could have been somebody that like led this person astray, or a concept or an idea. And I'm hearing like of materialism and of strength that was incorrect, because like with this mentor energy, and it was a lure, like lured them in, and it acted like childlike or very sweet or very innocent, but it kind of like beckoned them on. And this energy, by the way, even though it's unpleasant, it played its part, because this person has had to, it led this person to kind of like that dark night of the soul. And now they stand on this threshold, but they feel like they're in the forest, you know, and it always reminds me of that quote that says, you know, you can only go halfway through the dark forest before you start coming out the other side. But this person's just, I feel like at that tippy tip of like the middle darkness, where they're like, I don't think this is ever going to get better. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to see my way out of there. They're like running into trees, you know, and everything like that. And I don't know, like the risk. They feel really vulnerable. They feel really raw. And they feel like if they reach out to you, they would be making themselves vulnerable, and they already are like on such a low tank. I feel like if you did, like, I'm kind of picturing you going out to like a coffee with this person and them kind of being a bit comatose, like not really knowing what to say because they're bone tired. You know what I mean? Like they're tired, but it's not the kind of tired that like a nap can fix or like making sure that you're eating square meals. It's like bone tired. It's a weariness that this person is really feeling. I'm hearing watercolors, so I don't know if some of you are asking about painters or if it could potentially like help this person to just like, oh, I get it, to paint. So it's almost like this person would want to write you a letter, you know, to explain what's going on using precise words, like knowing all the right words to say, but instead they can only paint you a watercolor that kind of looks like this, you know, where it's like they're like, oh, and then there's some yellow over here, and then there's some, you know, and you know, like when you mix all your colors together and the water starts to turn this kind of like muddy kind of color, and then you're like, dang, did I ruin my thing? Like that's exactly the feeling that this person's trying to get across, but they don't know how to get across it, and they don't want to seem melodramatic. Because I feel like this is a person who is, maybe they have like their stuff all together. This could be like a very masculine person who believes in like order and logic, and they believe that unless they can make sense of it, and unless it makes sense, it's not real. You know what I mean? That kind of a thinking that we can all fall into, or unless I can explain it, then I'm not worthy of support or something like that. So I feel like this person just, they might even be going through a period of like introversion where they're just keeping themselves, and they would tell you, part of what they want to say is like, please don't take this personally. I'm sorting through a lot of stuff. And I also feel like there's certain things that this person, it's like hidden or it's secret, and it's not necessarily secret for nefarious reasons, but I feel like this person's just sorting through the details of something that weren't really clear. And it has to do with this, we have the queen and the womb and the crone. So this is this kind of like, I kind of always get like a mother figure kind of an energy, and take that how it resonates, because it could be somebody that they are with that is a mother or is very nurturing or maternal, regardless of gender, or it could be their actual mother, or it could be a person that kind of has those qualities or has taken on that role. But notice the queen is upside down. So and it's caused like this tear, but this energy in this deck, it's like, it is a tear, but it's not like a running tear. It's not like a water tear. So it's like, they're sad, but they're not showing it. And I don't feel like, it's like this person needs to reach a tipping point where they could cry, and that's what they want to say to you. I kind of feel like this person wants to be brave enough and strong enough to just cry in front of you. Just sit in front of you and cry, and like have it not be weird. That's like, honestly, it, like literally when you're out in public, like going for a coffee, that's what this person wants, but we all have to like be socially appropriate, you know? And I feel like that those kinds of things really get in the way here for this person. I'm also hearing like hide behind a screen, something like that. Like, so this person, because you know how glass is made of sand, like I'm kind of getting that there's something here. It's like it's shards of glass or something. So it is painful, like whatever. And now I'm hearing death by 1,000 cuts. So I feel like there's something that they need to say goodbye to. And again, you might not see this, and you might not, it could be a vice, it could be an addiction. That's that nurturing energy, because an addiction lies, and an addiction tells you that it's nurturing. Even just like eating sugar, as an addiction, it's like, I know you're having a bad day, just eat a caramel chew, everything will be fine. Like, and then when you're eating the caramel and it's in your mouth and it's like so velvety smooth, and you're like, I feel so nurtured right now, but then like your stomach hurts a little bit, and like not even 15 minutes after you feel kind of bad. So this person has been relying on certain things like a cycle. And they maybe kept telling themselves that they were going to get out of it. And they're just at this like moment of realization where they need to wise up with this crone energy. That's it. Like this queen, the womb, they're like, I'm just heard easy bake oven, easy bake. They thought it was going to be an easy bake, but they're in the womb of life. They're in this womb. The womb is the cocoon energy that I kind of keep getting, this caterpillar energy. And they maybe, I'm hearing the literally the cocoon that they have to push out of is this negative queen energy, whatever it is, whether it's a person or whether it's an environment. But they have to kind of like push out of it. And there are real dangers here, because if this is a person, this is like a really dangerous person. This is somebody who I just heard hides below the radar. Maybe does kind of like reverse psychology stuff, where they are acting like they're sweet, or they're acting like they're nurturing, or they're acting, but then it kind of comes full circle, and they get like I'm like this snake is all wrapped around her hand. It's like a combining restriction, and the restriction energy too. It's like I'm picturing somebody's hand like turning blue, where it's restricting the blood flow, the blood that needs to bring the nourishment in. So it's like this person doesn't really know what's wrong, and I think that they've gotten themselves in like certain situations, and all of this. Sometimes I think, especially when you're new on the spiritual path and you're learning how to see in this different way, which I think this person's doing, we get in the ego loves, like we've talked about this before, good, bad, yes, no, right? The ego loves being the arbiter. So you're experiencing something really bad here. And the spiritual purpose behind what it is that they're experiencing is to level them up into wisdom. And what do you need in order to develop wisdom? You need self-awareness. Well, how do you develop self-awareness? Well, you have to go within. But this person's used to solving all their problems externally. So like things start going wrong in the material world, and they kind of think to themselves, oh shoot, I need to fix it in the material world. Instead of understanding that the material world, things changing in the material world is as a result of kind of, it's supposed to be a signal that the way that they've been engaging with life is incorrect, or the way that they've been seeing a person or a place or a situation is incorrect. And it's a consequence. It's a natural consequence. It's a ripple effect. But this person doesn't really understand that yet, because they're trying to grow in wisdom. And, one thing that I've read about the crone energy that I love is that she's actually really sexual, because like she represents good sexuality, because she's only trying to please herself. She's gone through the maiden can potentially fall into traps of trying to be used by other people, and sees her validation as like a utility, and then the mother obviously belongs to like her children, and then the crone is free of all of that, free of restriction. So I feel like there's something about this where it's like this person is actually developing being free of restrictions, and they're doing that from going within and developing that wisdom. They're building the engine that can then progress them majorly spiritually. But they're doing the hard work here at the beginning, and they just don't understand that. So this person could not articulate all of this to you, which I feel like is why Spirit is bringing you to me, so you can understand, and maybe to other readers, into other ways that you can receive this information so that you can better understand this person. And I'm hearing not take it personally. And that's reminding me, I just refreshed myself on the 4 Agreements. I love that book so much. And I shared it on the wall. And one of them is don't take things personally, because what other people do doesn't have to do with you. It has to do with their own dream. And I feel like this person was in a dream. That was this siren energy. And they could have gotten sold up the river, is what I'm hearing, by some siren energy, some kind of siren call. This is going to be great. This is going to be the best thing ever. This is going to be sweet. This is the answer. This is the key. The devil energy loves to do that, right? All you have to do is pay 3 easy payments of $4,700. All you have to do, and it fixes all your problems. All you have to do is, take out a second mortgage on your house. That's all you have to do. All you have to do is get this timeshare, sign on the bottom line, right? And this person, I think, kind of fell for that. And I do think that there's a bit of a reckoning around that too, because I think this person feels a bit shameful that they did fall for something, especially because I think this person does see themselves as very logical. And so I'm hearing my pride is wounded. So there's like a barrier, and even this is intentional. So this is why this person's not opening up to you. This is what Spirit wants you to understand. Even this pride energy that this person's kind of having to confront within themselves is very intentional, and it becomes part of their cocoon. And I'm hearing sausage for some reason, like that little casing of the sausage, because this person has to kind of eat their way out. I don't know why that's relevant, but yeah, I'm just seeing that. And so their pride has become actually part of that cocoon that they have to burst through. But it never feels good to question your own pride. It feels, because your pride and your ego thinks it's you, when really you're like that timeless soul within. So pitting the two against each other, that's also confusing this person. This person's pride energy and their genuine, authentic self energy, maybe for the first time in their life, has been not on the same page and actually pitted against one another, or they've just become aware of it. And it's because they got led up the garden path, and it's because they found themselves in this situation, in this dark forest, where they have to get on the truth page. Because following up this siren energy, whatever this garden path energy was, I think they were so dazzled, and I think they were so that they didn't ever have to kind of question anything until it was too late. But now that's the spirituality. That's the spiritual reason of this, is because now they have to level up spiritually. And it's so important that pride energy and that their authentic self energy are in conflict, because the fact that they are in conflict is really, really noteworthy on the spiritual journey, and I feel like for a lot of you already know that. You've already been through that experience, and I'm hearing self-inquiry from Ramana. Who am I? That voice in your head that says, I am, who am I? In that statement, who am I? Who is talking to I, right? There's 2 separate versions of you. So all of this is very important, because it's kind of allowing this person to hear that part of them that kind of like sits back and observes things, and I feel like this person's having all those feelings of like feeling betrayed, feeling led up the garden path by spirit, and spirit isn't all things, right? So spirit certainly probably was moving in this siren energy. It all played its part. But that's what I'm saying. This person's really, really young on the spiritual journey, because I think this is a person who needs to separate out this is spiritual and this isn't spiritual, instead of like life is spiritual. Everything that occurs here is spiritual. It's once you accept that, now you can start making real spiritual progress, can't you? Because you can start connecting in your mind with what am I supposed to be learning here, and allow things to be disqualified, allow doors to shut on you. So that Alex, my husband, just shared with me a beautiful quote that he's been thinking about. He said, when God shuts all the doors, walk through the one he left open. And he said, it just sounds so simple, but it's so profound. And I feel like that could be the situation here for this person. This person's getting angry that certain doors that their ego is telling them should be open aren't open. They're mad. And it's okay to be mad. But if you're just going to sit there, you're never going to move beyond I'm pissed and say, okay, all these doors are shut. Why don't I walk through the one that God left open and consider that that's my path, and that may lead me to a place that is surprising? Why don't I start the hero's journey? That's what I'm hearing. This person's at the beginning of a hero's journey. So in terms of just bringing this back to the reading again, in terms of what this person would have to say to you, nothing much yet, because they're the goo. They're the caterpillar in the goo. I think it would be a lot of I'm confused. And you might get the wrong idea if you did talk to this person at this time, because you would think that maybe they're being fresh with you, or that they're beating around the bush, or maybe that they're being manipulative, or that they have some kind of an agenda with you, that they're not being free flowing or forthcoming, because I feel like it isn't like this person, and maybe you have heightened emotions around this person. And so you're kind of looking for this person to make a connection or something, and they're just incapable of doing that right now. And I think some of these people that are like further along would say like, look, I'm just like a mess, and I'm literally, I can't make a connection right now. I'm literally incapable of it. Like, I can sit in front of you, we can have a conversation and coffee, and if you want to call that a connection, go right ahead. But actually connecting with you is something it's impossible for me to do. And they're sad about it. I feel like this person like needs to cry, but it's like they're just they don't know why like they need to cry, and it's like a release. And I'm hearing it's literally their cells releasing like old patterns, old stuff that they've really been hanging on to. But again, I'm going to bring this back to the one wheel in this person's mind that they have to kind of process this, because they haven't built this side of themselves up. So this kind of is giving me the impression of somebody who has built themselves up on the material world, but they didn't realize that they were boxing themselves in. Because they didn't build through the lens of wisdom, which is okay. But that is, again, it's the cocoon. They literally built their own cocoon that then they have to like bust out of. So spirit, like there's a storm energy, or like this for me can potentially be a tower moment. So I feel like this person may have a tower moment, and I kind of feel for this person that it may have to do with the external world, because they're so overly intertwined with it. This is a person who would also think that if they're doing well on the physical, they're doing well spiritually. And that's not necessarily true. Like it's the same thing when I was trying to describe with the pride thing and the ego, how it'll go along, and that suits you for a time on your spiritual journey. But then there comes that point where they are at odds, and you have to become aware of the fact of where they're different. And when you start to pull that out, it represents this initiation to the next level. It's the same thing with the external world and your spirituality. It'll suit you for a time, for those things to be in alignment, because you are getting the right feedback. Okay, you're going in the right direction. It's really obvious, it's like a kid. They have to learn their numbers and their colors. They're learning those like really obvious kind of big things. But once they learn those big things, it starts getting more and more and more nuanced. And that's kind of what's going on here for this person in this journey. So I feel like this tower moment may absolutely have to do with something on the physical. Could be their health, could be something that they put their identity in. They put a lot of stock in, and something that they got led up the garden path to build, potentially. And being led up the garden path could be society and culture telling this person that they're going to feel fulfilled. They're going to feel content, right? They're going to feel content that this is the path, right? That devil energy. But for a lot of these people, I feel like it's a realization. And it's either a realization, like it could just come as a realization on their own. And it might actually have to do with you. Something that you said, something that you say. I'm hearing mirror, like you're a strong mirror for this person, but that's that sand energy. I'm almost picturing like a bunch of little mirrors is like the sand. They don't really like what they're seeing about themselves, which is again, like pushing them to change. But that's what's leading to this realization of like, I want to be better. I want to be different. I want to be the shaman. And this person may potentially reach out for help. They may first reach to this queen energy that they think is nurturing them, but is actually a false nurturance. They may get bitten. And then for some of them, that poison is actually healing. But I'm hearing it's the antidote. It's the anti-venom. So for some of these people, it's weird. They need to get bit by an actual queen. Not literally. I'm using this as a metaphor. And it's an anti-venom. And they may have to try somebody, you know? They may have to try the wrong person. And it's an anti-venom. It's, when somebody's not trying to manipulate me, I actually can piss them off, you know, or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, the kiss. So yeah, basically this person has a lot that they want to say that they're just unable to. Okay, now I'm hearing reach out and touch somebody's hand, make this world a better place, 'cause we can. I used to love that part of church where we'd all hold hands at the end. Sway. I've always been a hippie. Okay, so let's get some of their hidden truth oracle. Okay, so Hide the Monkey says, I have to go back to the beginning. And I feel like that's like this person's energy too, of like, if I'm going to understand this, if I'm going to piece all this together, I have to go back to the beginning of like where I kind of got off track. So I always get this message. I've been getting it a lot. It's like this person has to do the forensic work, you know, and I'm also hearing beware false prophets, because I feel like that negative queen energy, it's like, leave the past in the past, be present, only be present. But like, especially like a lot of spiritual teachers, Eckhart Tolle is really, really good at explaining this, where it's like, what I mean when I say be present is sometimes in the present moment, there's a time that we do our forensic work. When you have a problem come up and with your phone bill, say, in the present, it may actually serve you to go back through your payment records to see if you in fact did pay it, or maybe your auto pay got switched off. You have to, in the present, in order to solve a present problem, you need to go into the past, right? When we are setting goals for the future, you're trying to figure out, what do you want to do for a living? Where do you, do you want to finish college? Do you want to whatever? You have to think about the future in the present. And you are actually in the present while you're doing those things. But you're understanding that you're in the present and that that's the past, and that you are revisiting the past in order to fully embody your present. So it's a paradox. We talk a lot about that, this paradox point of spirituality. So this person has like kind of, I just heard spiritual dingbats, like honestly around them, that maybe know the lingo, how to talk the talk of spirituality, but they don't have a genuine firsthand experience of that. They don't have that self-inquiry, self-awareness engine that makes them not a hypocrite, is what I'm hearing. So I think this person has just surrounded themselves with the wrong voices, so they don't fully understand like these kind of spiritual concepts, and they don't fully understand how to apply them. But they see you actually making progress. They see you actually, and I'm hearing there's a group of women around you that they see kind of doing the damn thing, and really getting it, really thriving, or they overheard some kind of conversations that you've had with your friends that are very next level. They're very elevated. And you throwing around these concepts and topics and ideas isn't the same as how they've heard them talked about before. And they're recognizing, wait a second, it's interesting. There's more here. There's a juice. There's a meat, right? And for a lot of these logical people that I think a lot of you are connecting with, they don't respect spirituality because they can easily poke holes in it, because they've been around these kind of false prophets who, again, they know the lingo, they know the words, but they don't have that firsthand experience. But they, for clout or for whatever reason, they want to go out and be the ambassadors of spirituality. And it causes a real harm, because then the masses, or a lot of people, when they judge that spirituality, they're judging a false spirituality. They're judging a hollow spirituality. That it hasn't come from the inside out, which is, we're bringing it back to that concept of inside out. And so it's really led this person astray. And for you, though, they're like, wait a second, there actually is something there. There's a meat there. It does actually line up with my logic. The way that this person is kind of like talking about it, you know? So, okay, let's get the hidden truth. I wonder if you're happy without me. It was my fault, but I blamed you. This is healing. I feel like there could be an apology coming in the future to you about the way that this person reacted or handled a situation or dealt with your energy. Now I'm hearing there could have been some nasty things said, accusatory energy. They accused you for something. And now this person, because they only had one wheel to kind of knock this around on, whatever it is, like one concept, it's very one-dimensional. Like they only had one, it's hard to describe. It's like one lens, one concept, and it's coming through like a value, like they only looked at it through the lens of accountability. but you can have accountability and honesty and courage, and sometimes our values conflict with each other, and that's when things kind of get difficult to read. So this person could have judged you as a non-virtuous person, or like not being driven by values, or not upholding your values, or something like that, because they were only looking through the lens of one value that maybe they hold in high esteem. You do as well, but you have like a wheel set. You have a wheelhouse, like, is what I'm hearing. And this person is starting to realize that they were the single cell amoeba in the situation, and that, oh, they didn't give you enough credit. This person, that's what I'm hearing. They did not give you enough credit. And yeah, I couldn't let you get close to me. So this person felt really insecure, because I think they were really intimidated by your energy, because whether or not they could put words to this, there's some part of them that knew that you were like rich and deep and vibrant, and that you could kind of see through them. And it made them insecure. And it, like, there's something here where it's like, when people started suggesting that something was your fault, I'm just getting there's a real negative influence around, like, but it's like dumb, like a dumb influence that pretends that it's smart, because it tries to throw around like elevated words, but it's like they don't know what those words mean, and they're not using them correctly. So it's like, but this person was all too eager to accept the negative things that certain people were saying about you, because just because they couldn't deal with their own accountability in the situation. And I use that word accountability a couple times. So that's telling me there could potentially be projection, where this person's like, I value accountability, you're not taking accountability. And meanwhile, somebody's like, pss, 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 pile number 1 is responsible for this, this, and this. And this person is like, yeah, they are. So they're not taking accountability for their own filter, for making sure that they're not led astray by like, just negative things that aren't actually backed in reality. So in a way, they're not actually living up to their own value, but they're starting to see this. So like I was saying, is like, I feel like this person could potentially be apologizing to you in the future, but I think this is, whether or not they say it in words, I think I'm picturing this person look kind of sheepish around you, actually. Like this, like just, hey, they don't really know if you'd want to talk to them. They don't really know if you'd want to engage with them, because they know they've aligned themselves with the wrong people, is what I'm hearing. So there's a real sense of sorrow and sadness in this person, and they're kind of wanting to come back with their tail tucked between their legs. That's what I'm getting strongly for this pile. And it's because they have gone through this gnosis energy, but they're afraid because, again, the people that they've been around in the types of situations, I think it's been very argumentative. So it's like when this person admits that they're wrong, or they show their jugular, or, something like that, then it's like they're used to being attacked. It's like that I told you so energy, and they're really used to kind of getting it hard. And I don't think that you would necessarily do it. I think that, I think you need your justice in this situation. I'm hearing that very clearly. You need your justice in this situation. And this person, on a soul level, I'm hearing the soul is willing, but the flesh is weak. On a soul level, this person is willing to give you your validation and your justification. It's actually very important to them. This is a soul connection that they do not want to lose. They want you in their future lives. They know they need to separate out from these like gross individuals, these negative individuals, and that needs to get broken up. Like, is kind of what I'm seeing. A negative, it's like the sand, it's like a negative rock pile, and spirit needs to break it up. So you leaving and going on your own way and saying, no, ew. And this person, and having everybody having to kind of chew on that, this person especially, because they're the next domino to fall, is what I'm really getting. So then by them being like, absolutely not, and like moving more towards you, that is all. When this person leaves, I kind of feel like the rest of it just kind of crumbles apart, which is a real win for spirit, is what I'm hearing, because this is a negative loop. These people are toxic. To when they're together, they keep themselves in like a toxic negative cycle. They're beautiful souls, they're spiritual souls, just like we are. They're capable of enlightenment just like we are. But when they're around each other, they keep themselves very low, and they encourage each other in these very low cycles. They should not be around each other. They need to be in other soul groups for a good long effing while. Until they can be trusted to be around each other again. I'm kind of picturing like spirit needing to be a parent, like, and come in here and say like, fun time is over. We're not snorting jelly beans before bed, So yeah. So this person thinks a lot about you. They wonder a lot about you. They do wonder if they hurt you. I'm hearing that I close my fist around something delicate, that I shatter you. This person, and this is part of the reckoning, and that's the tower moment. So I feel like this person, and they've been pushing it off like the ego does, because the ego thinks if I have to reckon with my own bad behaviors, I'm going to be destroyed. But that's also the phoenix energy. It's good. Be destroyed and like come out in the pile. So this person's wondering a lot about you. They're starting to recognize that you are the best thing. you were the best thing in their life, but I'm hearing like in that group, you were actually the best energy. And I'm getting that ugly duckling energy of like, because you were different, you got pecked to death, or people tried to. They remember every detail of that day. That's that sand energy. So I'm really getting, this took us a while to get here with this person, which is again, because they're going through this process and it's like several layers kind of down. But if you've been praying for like a reckoning or for your justice in the situation or for the truth to kind of come out about your energy and like who you are and in the situation, and because you feel like there could have been gossip, there could have been subterfuge, there could have been people trying to, I'm hearing they had to go for your character. They had to discredit you, and they couldn't discredit your arguments. So instead they had to try to discredit your character. And so I'm hearing character assassination. If you feel like that happened to you in this place and you were in this desert energy, because you were trying to make something better than it actually was, and maybe you were trying to like help or guide the situation, until you just had to walk away. This process is occurring, but Spirit is saying it's going to take some time. Like this person's just the beginning of it, and they are starting to have that reckoning, but it's like going to take a while before this person can actually like vocalize it or get the courage. The chutzpah is what I'm hearing. Maybe, and I feel like that could be another thing this person's working on, is building up their chutzpah. So it's going to take some time before they have the chutzpah to actually like come towards you, you know, and to say they're sorry. But they are in their soul weary. I'm hearing my soul is weary. And they want it to, you know, is it well with my soul? They want it to be well with their soul. And so they have to move away from this justification energy. Justification isn't a word that should kind of make you think ego. They were justifying their actions. Anytime you find yourself justifying your actions, it's important that should click in a moment of self-awareness. It's not saying that something is wrong, but it should click in a moment of like, I really need to check in with myself here and make sure that I'm coming from the right place. You know, it's okay if I need to process through some hard stuff here. And I just feel like this person, again, they don't have that engine. They don't have a relationship with themselves when they know when I am starting to justify my actions, I need to really pause and check in with myself. But this person will use language like that. Self-inquiry, self-awareness, but it's like they have no genuine process of like, you know, because I can sit here and tell you that it's a part of my process when I am trying to justify my actions. I'm going to pause and I'm going to reflect, you know, and it doesn't mean that I don't address it. It doesn't mean that I'm not firm, but I'm just going to pull myself back to make sure I'm not coming from a reactionary space, you know, and to make sure that I am coming from an elevated space. Doesn't mean that I need to completely disengage. I may have to act, but I just want to make sure that I'm not, you know, this person doesn't have those kinds of things filled in. So this is the apology. Finding out the truth crushed me. The truth about who they were in the situation, the truth about who you were in the situation, the truth about who all these other people were, and it made them to they're afraid to contact you because they're afraid that you're going to say that we need to let each other go. Like, thank you for your apology, but I'm still moving in the direction I'm moving because I'm healing. I need to heal from you. And this person wants to tell you, I'm healing too. Wait for me. I'm genuine. Yeah, Catherine said, are you making it right for me or to make you feel better? This person knows that you would have these kinds of questions. That's like absolutely coming up. They're telling me, yeah, it's time for me to heal now. That's, they want you to know, that's like what they want you to know, is that that's the shared energy between the two of you now. They understand that they weren't on that page, that even if it was something that they thought they were doing, that it was really hollow, like single cell amoeba is really coming through. I was a single cell amoeba is what I'm hearing. Like I was a single cell amoeba, and I threw around these words like healing and forgiveness, but I didn't really understand these concepts, and I didn't take time to understand these concepts. I thought a kindergartner could understand these concepts. I didn't understand that there have been mystics of all religions throughout all of time that have spent their entire lives like meditating on forgiveness, you know, and exactly could write a doctorate on that. I was just, you know, I'm sorry. That's forgiveness to me. No, it's not. There's no actual, you know, alchemical kind of thing going on. So yeah. So, and I can tell from the comments that a lot of you are actually still very salty with this person. So they're definitely, they know that they know that they deserve for you to not speak to them again. Like they are, I'm a strong energy. Yeah. Okay. I'm also getting that this person has trouble hearing you. And like, they don't know what you're saying in strength and what you're saying. Like if you're trying to dig, like if you're, you know, like if you said that to them, in all honesty, I'm a strong energy. This person is like, do you think I'm trying to test you? Do you think I'm trying to attack you? Or are you just telling me, like, because this person's like, yeah, you're strong. Like, I get that now. And I'm so sorry that I ever made you feel that. Like, that's kind of how this person wants to come about it. Like, when they kind of don't, come through. But then, like, I'm kind of hearing, like, these things that you're kind of throwing out there. Like, but I don't understand if you're, like, still keeping me at a distance or if we're having a talk, like, through intimacy. There's just kind of, like, this, I don't really know. Like, are you insulting me? Or are you, are you accepting that are you hearing that I'm trying to build with you, and are we trying to have like a real conversation? Because I'm like, I can have that conversation. I'm willing to take the heat, but I also want you to kind of get to know this new me. If it's a fool's errand, that's fine. I understand. I'll accept my responsibility and I'll move away from the situation, but I do need to move away from the situation. I'm not just going to like, I don't just want to be that old version of me. I don't want to have like, I have to protect this new version of me. Like there's something here like that. And they know that they kind of need to protect that little thing. Yeah. Like this person, it is kind of like, I just don't know. So, and again, that you have to, I just kind of want to keep bringing this back to the one wheel in their mind of that they don't have the other wheels, So I'm hearing it's kind of like a child. You talk differently to a child. Even when you're angry at a child. Your anger with a child, you speak differently to them than you do an adult because you understand they don't have the mechanisms you have to kind of cater to that. And it's harder with adults to understand that all of us are built different on the inside. And it's hard. It's also hard for you. Like this is what this person doesn't understand, because I feel like this is the conversation you'd really like be trying to have. It's also hard for you when you're dealing with an adult to know, are you just dicking me around? Like, are you just trying to pretend like you don't have the full capacity so that I go easy on you and you can just kind of like get away with whatever it is that you want to get away with? You have to kind of question from that angle. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I just feel like it's a difficult energy. So that was pile number 1. This person's going through a lot. I do just want to say this is the connection. If you want to tell me this is a spiritual connection that you have with this person, I'm inclined to agree with you because of the work that's going on here, because of there's a spiritual initiation that's going on here because of this energy. This isn't just drama or like grief for drama and grief's sake. This is actually productive. And the way that you've handled yourself in this situation, you've handled yourself in such a way where this person is going inward. They're not just, there's something about your energy and the way you've handled yourself and the way that you've communicated yourself with this person can't just like lash out towards you, because you don't react the way that these kind of more lower vibrational, younger souls, more negative energies around them, they're used to kind of getting in the boxing ring and like going tit for tat. And they can't do that with you, so they've been forced inwards. And I think that really does show like the spiritualness of it. And I think for you, it's probably a lesson of not accepting less than your worth and holding your boundaries, saying no, and just connecting with your own strength and actually feeling comfortable flexing in the material world, flexing that strength in the material world. So there's definitely a spiritual connection that's going on here. And I am called to say this as well. For those of you who this is somebody that you associate with twin flame energy, do not get caught up in the twin flame rhetoric that says that, and I don't feel like you are because of the progress that you've made here, that says, oh, well, this is my twin flame. We are the same soul, and therefore I need to cater to them. If you are the same soul, you need to be doing what's best for yourself. You need to be engaging with your own energy, and then it will affect them. You don't just sit around and wait and sit and let this person sit in their stink and never question it and just never go anywhere and just, I hate that rhetoric so much. And I feel like you just couldn't get stuck in that because of the progress that you've made. But I feel like you've gone inward and you've done the thing. So anyways, and then the thread. There is a red thread here. Oh, to the creator. Interesting. Okay, so that was pile number 1. It was a very long pile, but honestly, again, and maybe that's part of like what this person would be like, it's going to take me a million years to describe this. Like if I really actually do try to describe this and you don't care enough to listen and to hear me out all the way, how we kind of get in our head about that. Like, it's come out in readings before too, where it's like, unless you care to hear me out, like the whole way. And for some of you, I'm hearing these tarot readings or these kinds of tarot readings that are long form and like we're actually trying to kind of talk about these spiritual topics. You're kind of like prepping to have maybe a longer form conversation or to understand that when you talk nuance and when you talk spiritual topics, a lot of times it's not soundbite, and even like your own spiritual journey, to be on a true spiritual journey, you kind of have to overcome that I take everything in sound bites like in my life kind of thing. So all of this is like having like a spiritual kind of connotation to it. So, okay, he's a terrible person. No contact again ever. Okay. So moving on, I'm just going to take a little drink of coffee. Okay. I'm going to get different bottom deck energy for this pile. So moving on to pile number 2, the mountain. Okay. Man, there's like weary energy that's coming through in these piles. Maybe it's just me. Okay, new energy, please, Spirit. New energy. New energy for pile number 2. New energy messages for the highest original good of all beings. I just heard, I see you when I close my eyes. Okay. What are we? What is this? What is us? Alright, so new bottom deck energy for me, Spirit. Okay, I'm hearing the song Vandalizer by Sam Hunt. You're a vandalizer, little hypnotizer. And that whole song is like, there's little clues of you all over my apartment. Lipstick graffiti on the bathroom mirror. What happened to me still ain't clear. You come and went like a thief in the night. Left your mark on everything inside. Got some earring evidence. The eyeliner knows you in here. You made a mark on this person, but it's like, okay, so some of you, it's like you came and went like a thief in the night is what I'm getting. So, right. So you could have been in and out of this person's life, but like the short period of time that you were in this person's life, you really like made a mark on them and you really captivated them. And they don't understand why they have like such a fixation on your energy. And I feel like this person could be like big in some way, broad, maybe tall, very stoic, very like mountain-esque. And I always get Virgo energy with this mountain energy because this man just kind of looks like the hermit, like he's elevated in his hermitude. So this person could potentially be a hermit, like that hermit energy. So it could potentially be older, more introverted, or they're going through a phase of that, like that was initiated by your energy. And there's something about this person. Okay, so what they would say to you is like, I appear to be unaffected by you and by your energy, but on the inside, like I'm burning for you, baby. Notice like the fire in here, like there's a lot of passion. And it's like, there's a lot of churning that's going on with this person, and they just can't like make heads or tails of this. They really, okay, I also feel like this is a person where they have a lot of people that try to get to their energy. That's the weariness that's coming in for this person, okay? So they could be elevated in a career, and with that Virgo energy, Virgo is ruled over by Mercury. It's a very skillful energy. They could speak, they could work with their hands. It's very detail-oriented. And there's two sides to their character. That's what they want you to say. There's like a professional side of me, and then there's a personal side of me. And so, and there's also like the side of me, like that professional side of me kind of includes going about my daily routines and stuff where I'm kind of on and I make sure that I'm in a certain way of being because I have to be. But on the inside, like I'm very different, and personally speaking, I'm very different. But there's a lot of people that want my attention. There's a lot of people that want my energy. It's very draining. And, so I like to spend a lot of time alone. I like to get a lot of time alone, but I feel you like with this bridge energy. I feel you kind of like reaching out to me, and I feel like we're connected here in some way. I feel like you get me. I feel like you understand this. This could also be something that maybe you are also this Virgo energy where you're more introverted, you're more wise. This feels copacetic between the two of you. It feels like kind of the same energy on both sides. And this person doesn't know if you get that or understand. I think they worry that you think that they're cold or that they're indifferent towards you. So this person would really want to make sure that you know that, thank you so much, Krabby Lion, for the $1.99. Yeah, okay, so this person they're also short on time is what I'm hearing. Like time is a really difficult thing for this person to manage lately just because they're go, or they have like so many people, places, and things that want their energy and they want your attention. They're afraid that you're going to judge them or like write them off. that you're not going to want to connect because they can't connect to you like right now in the way that they want to. This person's also going through underworld energy, but this feels a lot healthier than the first pile. This feels like a compost pile where this person that you're asking about has, spiritually speaking, their own compost pile that's healthy and well kept and well tended. So they have certain things here. They could be ill. This person has gone through something. It's hard for me to tap this person's energy. And maybe they would say that about you, but I think it's hard for me to, they're closed off, like in some way. This person's closed off, but it has nothing to do with you, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so I need to pull some extra cards here for this. Okay, there could be a money issue here. Oh, it's an issue of giving and receiving. This person's really worried about the giving and receiving in the relationship and the way that they're coming off to you. Because it's because of their work, or it's because of their routines, or it's because of the demands on their time where they're just maxed out. Like, this person's really maxed out. They're really, really afraid that you're going to see that and that you're going to think that they're brushing you off or that they're not interested in you. And they're not. This person actually has a real fire for you, like a real passion. There's a lot of sexual attraction here I'm getting. And I just also, like, this person's just kind of in a habit of trying to keep people like at arm's length so that they can make sure that they're managing their energy. That's what it's really about. Is like managing energy. I'm hearing health and well-being like is a big thing for this person. So they could have like a real major focus on their health, or they could work in a health related field. This person could be at a distance from a child, or they're saying, I'm even struggling to connect with my child right now, if they have a child, because they're away from them or because time has been very demanding. Okay, Spirit, what does this person want to say to pile number 2? I'm hearing not much because they're afraid. They're afraid if they open up that floodgate and then like they can't keep their energy going. There's something about like this person's exhausted. Could be a person that could well fall asleep while texting you, and then you just see that it's red and like it's been 8 hours, and then they wake up and they're like, oh my gosh, how am I going to explain this? And they're thinking that you're going to think that they're rude, or like, you know, that they were ignoring you. So it's like they would rather just not initiate it until they are free and they are available and they've worked out whatever it is that they're trying to work out here. There's something to do with money, maybe a new beginning. This could have to do with like a new idea or new business venture. That could potentially be. Okay, I see. That could be potentially, this person's trying to level up in the physical, and this feels very much like it has to do with a business or something like that, which is what is drawing on their routines. That's why they're so insular. That's why they're so mental. This is a person who's always kind of like solving problems and working things out, and it is giving vibes of like a business plan where they kind of have to think about every little thing that could potentially go wrong. So they're having to put a lot of effort like into whatever it is that they're doing, like here just at this current time. And they're trying to conserve their energy, but they're not usually like this, is what they're saying. Usually I'm more available. Usually I'm more free. But they love you. The lovers came out. You're my choice. I'm hearing, but you're my choice. You're the person I love. You're the person that I care about. You're the person that I want to connect to. And the moment that I have a free spare time, you are my person. I love you. There's so much attraction. I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for us. Like, that's like really what I'm hearing. I want to be able to fill your cup, but first I have to get my own self situated, my own self in order. Things could not be going well for this person right now financially, and maybe even having to do with their self-esteem. They just don't have a lot of extra to give right now. They really don't. And they maybe think that if you understood that it would maybe potentially turn you away. They're really afraid of you connecting with somebody else, finding somebody better for you, finding somebody who is free and available to connect with you here at this current time. And it makes them really sad to think about this. And it is something that they kind of think about, or it does kind of keep them up at night, is like the thought of you moving on. Like they really, really don't like that. And they're also like just really afraid of like that they've made you feel sad, or that they made you feel rejected, or they made you feel like you need to grieve this connection in some way, or cut them off, and like release them, because they feel like you feel the same way too. This is somebody who feels like you're their soulmate. Like, not only are you their soulmate, but you're their choice. Like, they know they're coming after you. They just like, I don't know, it just feels like a lot of red tape, a lot of like. And it feels like this person doesn't actually have a choice as to whether or not they're dealing with these kinds of things right now. They have to deal with these things now. And if they don't, then it's like everything in their life is just going to kind of like come crashing down. This person sees having everything with you, having like a stable life, a stable family, a stable existence, but they're like, look, I got to have that stability part. Okay. Like that. Oh my gosh. Like the happiness, this person can see having everything with you, and they might have felt like you brushed them off. There was a moment in time that this person thinks about, okay, where it was like, you were like, and maybe you weren't, because like I said, I feel like there's a lot of simpatico in this pile where you could actually be feeling a lot similar to like how this person's feeling, more so than they like kind of even realize. But I feel like they feel rebuffed by you, or they feel like you just didn't have the time for them or something, and they were wondering like, I think they're taking this personally. This is really stressing this person out, that you could potentially be taking their I'm hearing like their shit, their nonsense, their stuff that they have to try to work through personally, because this person's like, I'm competent, I'm capable, I am able to handle this, to handle you, to handle this relationship. I want it, but the thing is, I know myself, and I know my craft, and I know whatever it is that I'm doing well enough to know I have to deal with this now, or we'll both regret it. Like, this is a person who's like, I'm not trying to just bring a bunch of burden to the table. They want to have something to offer you. And they want it to be nice, and they want it to be sturdy, and they want it to be stable. And again, I am getting this like new beginning energy. Okay, so I'm also hearing like 2 aces to me means change of place, change of pace. And with the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles here, this person is looking, first of all, their energy is really stop and go. There's times where they have to be really on, very charismatic, very dynamic, very much in that like kind of fire energy. And then there's times where they have to like be more pulled back, more slow, and more level. So it's very different energy. So this person's having to switch between very different energies, which is exhausting them even more, because it's hard to go from like one extreme to another. But this person's also waiting from like Aries energy is like what initiates. It's cardinal fire, right? So it's what starts everything. It's that spark of idea. It's that like very kinetic kind of an energy. But then it moves into Taurus, doesn't it? It moves into that earth energy where you're stabilizing that. So this person's waiting for this time where this can actually become more stable, more solid, for them to be like more open and more aware. And they see you guys just having like this perfect life, and they don't want there to be any surprises. So they're being very thorough about all of this here as well. This person wants to apologize to you, and maybe even to your friends, because they feel like you thought they judged you, or that this is a person who you could have thought ghosted you or something like that, because they just stopped texting, or they just, something like that. And to this person on their end, everything was moving so fast, and they were just like, yeah, they just kept being like, I can't get to that. And then like they would like get to be like, they were going to text you, and then something else would come through, and it was like, no, this needs to be dealt with now. And then they'd be like, like, and then they would like have to deal with that. And then they would, and then, but to them, like maybe this went on for like, say it went on for 3 months. To them, it felt like, has it been 3 months? Like, it's it wasn't like that from their perspective, and they just don't think that you can understand that. But the thing is, I think you can, because I think that you are also driven, and you are also busy. Like, you have your own stuff going on, so you kind of do know that feeling, and you do kind of know that experience. But there is like a lot of apology, and I'm hearing like that's also why this person kind of prefers to say nothing, because this person, like, there is a lot of people draining this person's energy. There's a lot of people, places, and things that are just like sucking the life out of them right now, and they don't want that to come off as an excuse, because this is a person who really does like to be responsible for their actions and like take responsibility. And so they don't like that when they have to say things like, I'm sorry, I messed this up, like, oh, thank you so much, Cease, for the $20. Yeah, okay, so with the Justice card, this to me is like speaking about balance. They're trying to keep themselves kind of like balanced, and this could be actually a karmic situation that they're finding themselves in, not with you. The karma that I think has to do with you is that they're not available for you. But it's like there's a karmic situation that they're working out here with their routine or themselves or their business that's requiring them to be very logical. That's another thing, because this person, remember I said they're going back and forth from that like Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, like back and forth in that energy. And it is a bit much for this person. They have to be in this King of Swords energy. I feel like this person's making a lot of decisions. They could even be like looking over contracts, very detail oriented work. So they're looking over all like the fine print, the details, or they're trying to like get their routines in a good balance. Like that's their focus right now, is I have to get stable within myself, because I can't, if I try to give to you now, then I'm giving you the wrong impression that I'm able to keep that up, that that's actually a sustainable option for me when it's not. And then you're going to take that wrong. I know you're going to take that wrong when I kind of pull back. So I'm just trying to gather. But this person is definitely like in decision mode. The decisions that they make could potentially affect maybe your friends. I don't know. Like there's friend energy here. People that they love, like just like kind of a community that's coming through here. Love your work, lady. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, he comes from a really wealthy family. I think that's why he's super focused on finances and stability. Probably a lot of pressure there. Yeah, I'm the opposite to him. So being focused materially made me think he wasn't interested. Yeah. And that's like another thing is like keeping in mind all of these, like the ways that we're all raised, like the cultural backgrounds, how certain things mean different things to different people, you know? Yeah. So that's fair too. I don't like the assumption of how I will interpret situations. That's true, but I will just say this. The human brain operates on assumptions. It has to a certain degree. And I would say where this person isn't making assumptions is with themselves. They know themselves very well. They know how they operate. They know, and I'm hearing like with that King of Swords energy, they know that like they are very logical and sometimes they can come off, because to them it's very matter of fact. You know, and so this person has had certain experiences, and it's less to do with you. The assumption is just like, I know that people don't usually like it when this or when that, when I'm inconsistent or when I'm this or when I'm that, and I don't really want to bring that in. It's not personal. That's like the thing that this person is like, it's not personal. And I do just, with all the love in my heart, check that ego energy. You're hearing kind of through the lens of the ego. Not that you shouldn't like have a problem, you know, if you do, like obviously it's really important for you to talk about like certain things. But, and I don't know what your relationship is. If you are in like a legitimate relationship with a person, then I think it's totally appropriate to expect that they are like kind of talking these things out with you. But if this to me feels like a situation where you haven't been able to connect on that level yet, and this person is just unavailable for that. So they're not willing to interact on that level with you at this point because they're unavailable and they are fully within their rights to make that kind of a decision for themselves. To your relationship on pause for a year because he needed to move closer. On pause for a year. Oh yeah, so that's like, okay, so I'm getting that because that is like a weird situation where it's like, well, should you be talking this out with me or not? Like, there could be some kind of, there's weirdness in this pile. There's weirdness of like, what's me owning, like making decisions that's best for me, and I'm well within my rights to do that. And, you know, that's kind of like the crux of relationships, you know, of like, and then to what extent do I owe you? You know, yeah, and I feel like this person is kind of trying, but this person, by the way, they feel like it's not a conundrum for them. This is just kind of me kind of in my own mind and the way that I kind of do, like I like to kind of think about the spirituality of it. I'm thinking about this, but this person is darn tootin' sure that they are well within their rights to be behaving, and they think that they're doing what's best for them, for sure, and what's best for other people. That's their stance on it. I'm not here to say whether or not that's right or wrong. I'm just saying this person, it's not a conundrum for this person. They feel well within their rights to, and they feel like they're being responsible. This isn't a conundrum like for this person. And it may, if you're not in a relationship with this person, it very well could be like, I don't want you to take this personally, but if you are, then it's probably best that we do move apart from each other because we have like different ways of dealing with certain things. Okay, so what else would this person say? They maybe see you moving away from them, even though there's like this emotionality between the two of you. Catherine, thank you so much for the $50. Thank you so much for these like crazy big super chats. Thank you so much. Thank you. I don't even know what to say. So with the 8 of Cups, this person sees you moving away, even though this person is somebody who understands. They think that you also know that there's love between the two of you, and that you would have had, like, if you have made a decision to move away from them, it's not because you don't love them. This person understands that very clearly, that if you had to move away from them, it's because you weren't getting what you needed. They understand that. This person's very logical. They're like, yeah, I get it. I get it. This person's just like, I totally get it. It's not a problem for them. And this comes back to, whereas pile number 1, that person really struggled to take personal responsibility. This is a person who gets it, like, who understands, like, yeah, I wasn't available. Because to this person, they feel like they kind of didn't have a choice, you know, in the matter. They're working as hard as they can, as fast as they can to make themselves available to you. To this person, it's like, that's all I can do, you know? And I'm going to do it, and I'm dedicated to doing it, and I'm just going to keep my eye on the prize to get back to you. But if you can't stand that, you are self-sovereign. You are this is a person, there's like a lot of rights here where this person's like, you are well within your rights to walk away, and I respect your decision. That's your decision to make, and that decision will stand. I respect you. Like, I respect It's adult logistics. This person is an adult. They definitely are an adult. But yeah, they're sad. They're still sad. And they feel like this person kind of like, I think they negative fantasize about you like moving on to a brighter day. And like you moving on to a better career path or your own healing or your own independence or your own selfhood. And it's motivating them to like work faster, you know, to work like harder. They're trying to strategize a way to get back to you here as well. Because like I said, this person just sees everything with you. I mean, this is like golden energy that's coming through here. This is like, we can have the family, the house, the car, the kids, the happiness. Yeah, like this is definitely a person who's coming. And it's not a doubt in their mind either. This person is not full of doubts, by the way. Like this like kind of wishy-washy, waffle energy. It's not this person's energy. This person is not doubtful. They're a logician. They are very much a logician. And it's very matter of fact. It's like, I don't really have a choice. These are the things that I can control. These are the things I can't control. And it just feels like all the things I can't control, all I can do is just kind of like contend with that energy and work through that. That's what this person's doing. There's something here that they're protective of that's like a new beginning. They know they can't walk away from it. They know they can't walk away from it. Yeah. This person, like, I think if they do, when they get a moment of free time, they just think about the ending. They think about the two of you. This person, you know that Taylor Swift song is like, he keeps a picture of you in his office downtown. This person may have a picture of you, like, in their office, and they just kind of look at you, and it's like, you are... Yeah, like you're the person they want to be in a relationship with. They feel like you're their perfect partner. They feel like you're their perfect balanced partner. Like you are one of the things that's like almost not a choice for them because it's so perfect. It's so obvious. This is like really good things that this person would want to say. They're just saying, I have to sort through this. It's not a choice. I hope you can understand that. But if you can't understand that, I understand that as well. I'm hearing, that's another Taylor Swift thing that like kind of always comes out. It's like, I know that nobody could withstand like the craziness. She's always saying that in her songs, and you know, I know nobody could deal with this. This person's like, I know this is a lot to deal with. I know it is. This person just knows it is. Yeah, and you're well within your rights to be protective. And if it's like there's a money issue where it's like you can't afford to come see them or whatever, this person's like, I know, I get it. They don't want you to feel pressured. They also just feel like you're their person. They see you like succeeding. They see you as being happy. You know, if you are struggling with this person just sees you being happy and independent and golden. No take backsies. And like surrendering. They actually think that you handle yourself really well around emotional situations where you're just surrendering. They think that you have an emotional intelligence that matches their logical intelligence, where there's certain things that you can control. I'm hearing, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. They feel like you're kind of on the same page here in regards of this, where it's like, I see you, I see what you're doing, I accept the things I cannot change. So I really don't know what else to say here for this person because like I said, it just feels like everything's very matter of fact. But there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of worry. They don't want to lose you. They view you as end game, they view you as end goal. I do feel like there's some kind of distance here, or like there's a feeling of like the two of you not being able to connect, and that you've had to go through this period of independence. And this person says it looks really good on you. Like they are more attracted to you because of your strength, because of your fortitude, because of how you've been able to like shine and show up in your life. It's really inspiring to this person. But because of it, they're like, that's my equal. Like this person is like, absolutely, because I feel like this person is strong. I think they see themselves as strong, but like I was saying in the beginning, this is like a mountain type person, very strong and stoic, very, a lot of people kind of needing things from this person. They are very strong and they see you as their equal in regards of this. And that's why it kind of hurts them that, because they feel like they're coming off flaky and they're not flaky. Like this person is coming off flaky, but they're not flaky. And it's uncomfortable for them to be in that position. So, logical is I am emotional. Yes, definitely. Okay. Oh, this isn't the right one. Oh my gosh, I got this new deck and I wanted to use it and I haven't been using it. Maybe I'll pull some cards from that before I wrap this pile up. So I feel connected to you. I'm not sure what I'm feeling. I need to feel in control. I hope you're not with someone else. I can't get over you. Let's start over. With this let's start over, this person, they want to get to this place of new beginning with you. And that's the same energy I'm seeing again, the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. that they want to get to that new beginning. There's a lot of passionate energy here. This person's kind of hiding it, or they're putting a damper on it because I just feel like they have to work a lot, or something like that. So they want to start over. But they need to feel in control. And this is of their physical circumstances. Like there's things that are kind of like, this is a person who can't concentrate in a messy house. And I don't know if the messy house thing, it's like in a messy life, when things aren't right at work is like kind of really what I'm feeling. When things aren't right at work, when things are all crazy, they can't focus. They know that they can't focus. So it's like they need to feel in control of that. So because of that, they can't tap into that feeling side of themselves, but they feel connected to you and they know your end game, and that's all they want to do. That's all this person wants to do is like get to a place where they can just be with you and enjoy you. So okay, I got this tea leaves deck. I've been wanting this for so long. And I finally got it. So let's just pull some tea leaves here from this person. All right. So what else would pile number 2's person? Oh boy. Oh my gosh. Okay. Teardrop, great personal sorrow. Yeah, this person, and personal is standing out to me. Like their sorrow is in their personal life because their professional life has been so draining. And then I just picked up the money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. But I feel like it's money woes, it's money problems or concerns. But this feels like something they have to do now. Like it's in order to set you up. Because this person also, okay, because remember I keep saying like this person sees you as having everything in the future, but it's like they know if they don't show up now that all of that just crumbles. It just like kind of falls away. Younger man, dealings or relationship with a younger man. So this person could be a younger man, but younger man and younger woman both came out here. Dealings or relationship with a younger woman. So maybe there's like some anger, like sadness, or like some sourpuss energy because they feel like you are, because of your other relationships, or they're questioning your other relationships, or they feel like you are, I don't know, there's like insecurity around that. Oh, and then like the love card. So this is like causing them stress. I feel like they are worried that you are going to find somebody like better or hotter or something. Anything else? Rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. They don't want you to think that they're that, for sure. I don't know why that just came out. Yeah, and for those of you who are like, you're absolutely sure that you're moved on for this person, like, absolutely. And just to be clear, like, if something's all wrapped up in your mind, I make a concerted effort just so you know how to interact with my readings. I don't tap into that energy because you don't need the guidance. You've already worked it out. You've come up with your conclusion. It's like wrapped up. This is more for the people who are still like working this out. So I kind of do want to say for those of you where it's like you're coming in here and it's like, nope, this is actually absolutely a no. This energy, if it resonates at all, it's not 100% like here for this person. It's a third party. I'm not really getting third party energy with this. But if that resonates for your situation, it's just not the majority energy that's coming through probably for everyone. Okay. He's honest about it. It's just logistics. That's kind of what I'm getting for this pile. It's just logistics. Oh, look, the mountain card came out again in this. Major challenge to overcome. There's a major challenge to overcome here. Torch. I'm hearing like they hold a torch for you though. Spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. Okay, and then needle and a thread. Needle and a thread, gotta get you out of my head. Needle and a thread, gonna wind up dead. A sincere wish will be granted. You're their wish is what I'm hearing. Scales, keep your life in balance. This pile, it's balance is another thing that like really comes out for this person. So I think that's all I'm really getting here for pile number 2. There seems to be a lot of variance for this pile. Yeah, I've been thinking about super chatting personal questions like at the end. Because, you know, there's the bulk energy, which is what we're tapping into, but you have to kind of know where your situation, like the specifics of your situation is a little bit different or not. And so I feel like that can be helpful for some some people as well, like for especially certain circumstances and for certain messages where it's like, I know that I want to get into your a little bit more in the nitty gritty for me and like my personal situation, because I'm feeling this very strongly for pile number 2. It sounds like it's resonating with a lot of people, but the details of this situation very much matter for how this is, because I'm not really getting a jerk energy coming off of pile number 2, but I know a few of you said like oh yeah, it's you. Thank you so much. It's really, oh, good. Okay. So yeah, that's what this person would say to you. They got a lot going on. There's a lot going on in their personal life, and it could very well deal with children. Yeah, like maybe children are the third party, but okay, you know your situation, so just let that one resonate with you. Okay, so moving on to pile number 3, the maiden energy. I'm just gonna take a breath here for a second. Not a jerk. Cease. You never cease to amaze me. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you guys so much for your super chats. Okay, man. Sometimes I'm like, I feel like I'm just like very aware of how long I've been talking. So I'm just trying to clear my energy out. I feel like that could potentially be, I'm getting a weariness that's kind of like similar for all 3 of these piles, but everybody here is like tired or weary for different reasons. And I guess it is like the middle of summertime. So like a lot of people have different things going on. And for this maiden energy, I am kind of getting like, I've been going. Like I've just been going. And I'm just feeling really tired and I just need to pause. I just need to take a break here. Yeah, okay. I just heard it's me. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me. At tea time, everybody agrees. But this doesn't feel true for this maiden energy, funny enough. That's what's interesting. This is a very pleasant energy that's coming through. Maybe a little cheeky, maybe a little fun, maybe a little bright. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me. But there's like a joke about this where it's like, clearly I'm the problem, you know? Clearly it's me. But this person, this is reminding me of something I saw with Kristen Bell. It was like at an award show, and like somebody comes up to her and they're like, would you say that you're a nice person? And she's like, yeah. Why? What did everyone else say? And then they just kind of like show, oh my gosh, Terang, thank you so much. So then, and she's like, why? What did everybody else say? And then it's just like, they go up to other stars on the red carpet and they're like, would you say Kristen Bell's nice? And they're like, Kristen Bell's the devil incarnate, or like, no, stay away from her. And it's like kind of this running joke. So I feel like this is an energy that has gotten blamed for a lot of things, but clearly they're just this like bright little spark, and it's not fake, and it's really just unassuming. With the maiden energy, this could be a younger woman. Or if there's a situation, it's like the younger of the two, even if both of you are like older, or there's something here, like this. Oh, thank you guys so much. Sorry, I'm just basking in the compliments. And I'm doing it to revitalize my energy, because I was kind of feeling like very low, at the end of like the last pile. So I feel like this person maybe has gone through a period where they've been feeling really low, but I do think that they've had people around them that's kind of singing their spirit back to life. And they're like mirroring this person in a really healthy way, like, no, you're a really great person, and no, you're this, and oh, you're that. So I think this person was kind of down on themselves here for a while, and they were I think they were blamed. This is an energy where people could be jealous of this energy. Or just, I'm hearing they're an easy target. They're just an easy target. Yeah. I'm hearing bubblegum something. Okay. But this person, okay. Let me just tap into this. I feel kind of scattered because I feel like kind of ready, but like also not ready to this reading. So maybe that's another thing that this person would say. I'm ready, but I'm not ready. This is a person who's been up against a lot of darkness, a lot of shadow energy. And it's not their shadow. It's other people's shadow energy. And this person's actually the stronger energy, which is really saying something. Because I feel like this shadow energy is like very dense that they have been up against. But with this rose in the middle, it's like this person kind of sees past people's difficulties and shadow energy, or they're not intimidated by shadow energy is another thing that I'm getting. And they're reaching out for like what is similar in this shadow energy. And this feels like multiple people here. A lot of energy, a lot of thickness, a lot of denseness. And this person's kind of like reaching out for the rose within. And it's drained them. It's really drained them because this person's energy is coming through like a fairy or a pixie or a sprite. And, but they've been around some like, I'm picturing kind of like one of those, I don't know if it's a troll or a goblin, you know, one of those creatures that like carries a bat and kind of has like the pig nose. I'm picturing that. They've been up against kind of like a trog, you know, if you watch Disenchantment, like that kind of an energy. So they've been around that energy. I just feel like this is a person who, I'm just hearing, come one, come all. Come one, come all. And so they've just been around like a lot of like really dense energy, and they're feeling very protective. And this person also has a nurturing quality, but they've had to be more discerning, or they've had to be very protective around the parts of themselves that they kind of give out, because their energy is actually, it's this weird blend of like very delicate, but also very strong. Like you can see here in this card, it's that like beautiful pink sunsetty kind of colors. It's the most dominant energy that's here easily and by far, but there's something about it that is very delicate. And so this person is kind of learning how to manage that here in this space. Let me get some cards here. I'm hearing people don't have the truth about me. People don't see the truth of me. People don't see the truth of me, but one day they will, is what I'm hearing. But one day they will. It's hard to see the truth of this person until everything is complete, because this person's in progress, but it's not the same as pile number one. It's not like an acute process. It's just their whole life is a process. This person's is. And yeah, I'm hearing people don't really see me. They don't see my strength. I just heard people pick on me. Oh, the Queen of Pentacles. So this person would say, my strength is in the long game. I'm very stable, and I'm very calm within myself. And this is somebody who's very earthy, and they feel really at home. This is somebody who's very lovely. So what would they say to you? This is a lot about their own energy. Maybe they feel like people don't have the truth about them, so they would want to explain their own energy. This person is much more advanced than people think. Like with this maiden energy, they may come off like very youthful, but they're very stable. They're very strong. They're very sturdy. Thank you so much, Jackie. They're very strong. They're very stable. They are actually very confident. They're very smart. They're very intelligent. Always with the Queen of Swords. I notice her little hat. She's got the two wings, which to me represents a right and left hemisphere of the brain. So it's somebody that's very well balanced in the right and left hemispheres, in their creative mind and also their logical mind. This is something that they've really tended to. This person has a garden that they've like really been tending to. But I feel like for whatever reason, it comes off like this maiden energy, like not seasoned in life, or not as rooted as they actually are. And this bothers this person, and they don't know how to like really explain this. I feel like this person, they've gotten something here that's a wish fulfillment, but with this Pentacles energy, they've worked for it. They've really worked for it for a long time. What looks like quick results is not quick results for this person. It causes them some kind of anxiety if this person's attractive to be seen in that light, to be seen like as a sex symbol or something, because it's not how their soul feels. So that could be part of their soul journey, that they have to kind of be confronted with that energy, or being spoken to that way, or being in a certain kind of casing is a part of this person's karma. They have to kind of get comfortable with people being very distracted with like the externals. Okay, so... in lots of rooms with people who think they're the adults in it. Yo. What else would this person say? This is an interesting one. This person, okay, so the thing about this person, I'm getting like, in all three of these piles, it's been like, there's kind of a reason why this person doesn't want to say these certain things. This is a person who's all about actions. This is a person who would much prefer the long game. Let my actions speak for me. This is a person who I think has been around a lot of bubblegum. That's the bubblegum energy. A lot of bubblegum energy. A lot of people that want to talk the talk but not actually walk the walk. This person has experienced this. I think that they've fallen for a lot of facades in their past. I'm hearing like a lot of PR, and we live in a world where it's like we all kind of have to PR ourselves. So like when you think about even just writing a resume, it's like the highlight reel, like look at all these things that I've done, and then you know they choose that person as like for their their candidate, and then they always just kind of, thank you guys so much for the money. I keep having, what a problem to have, right? Like I just have to keep stopping to thank people for the money. Sorry if I keep getting off track. And I do just want to say, like, this is this person's energy very much, because like I said, I don't feel quite ready to dive into this. It feels weary. And then I kind of feel like my energy is being kind of pulled all around my attention. And I feel like that's kind of part of what this person would say. But this is a person who's not very action oriented. And I think that people don't expect this person to be that way. They expect them to be more bubblegum. They expect them to be less seasoned. They expect them to be more maiden-esque. This is reminding me of this one embarrassing moment from my past where I went to this like resume writing thing, and I was like 18 or 19 at the time. It was like a thing that my college put on, and so like I went there to learn about like resume writing and stuff, and I put on their lifelong learner, and he goes, "You're 18. Maybe we shouldn't put lifelong learner. You don't really know. You haven't really lived much life." And I was like, "But I know I am one. And now look at me. I'm 36 and I'm a lifelong learner. Gosh darn it." You know? But like, I didn't know how to put like learning in knowledge is such a value of mine. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like there's something about that this person comes off a different way, and it takes some time for people to appreciate this person's difference and to get this different, deeper perspective here on this person. But this person likes that. They like that they kind of surprise people by actually like following through, by actually building what they said that they are going to build. And this person will look like they're stagnating for a long period of time. And then all of a sudden you just kind of start to notice the blooms and the buds, and everything is so like, they love that because they know not a lot of people can do that. They know not a lot of people can put up or shut up the way that they really can. And so this person that's the cheekiness that I'm getting from this person, because they're cheeky, but they're not cheeky in that like fool way where it's like really erratic and, you know, they're just they're always kind of playing tricks and games and stuff. This person there's a twinkle in this person's eye, just a little wink of like, just wait. Just wait till you see what I really am and what I'm planning on bringing to the table. This is a person who also, they don't brag, because this is a person who doesn't want to, it's like put up or shut up, you know? So they don't want to make a bunch of promises that then, and this is also somebody who is very wise, and they understand that life happens, and, you know, like, they don't want to make all these promises and then not be able to follow through. So they're just kind of like, just wait. I'm about to really show up for you. Just wait. You're going to wake up and be in a garden, like, of the things that I intend to bring to the table here. So this person, and they would say that you are a wish fulfillment for them here as well. This is a lot about their energy, that, you know, there's something here of like, I'm going to come through. Like, there, you know, I am more than you think that I am. I've always been more than you think that I am. I'm more than what most people give me credit for. And there's this real underdog energy that this person has kind of had to fight their whole life, you know? So that's too many. Okay. This person, okay, we got the Lovers again. Okay. And the Ace of Pentacles keeps wanting to come out. So this person is having some kind of new beginning. But this new beginning, I don't know how to describe this. It's like this person's new beginning is like way more advanced than other people's. They like a new beginning to this person is something that's like already pretty developed, because again, they just like keep building off of this like really, really solid foundation. So they want to offer you something, and it's really solid and it's really stable and it's really going to grow. I'm hearing like Jack and the Beanstalk, you know, it's like magic beans that this person has. And they're watching you. Like, this is a person who, and this is also a person who keeps tallies on like, I don't know, the stock markets or something. They like project, this is a person who like is a projector, you know, of what's going on in the world. And they really have the finger on the pulse of like what's upcoming, especially in terms of love. Maybe this person sees you as this Eight of Swords, where you're stuck in a situation, and they want to offer you something. This person wants to offer you something. They see you stuck. They see that maybe you're having low self-esteem, or that you don't appreciate yourself as much. I kind of feel like this person sees himself in you, where they see your power. They see how beautiful you are. Ah, okay. That's what they're trying to say is, I get you. You are like me. This person's like, you are like me, that other people don't really see you. They don't really see your power or your worth. And I can see that maybe you've believed that, for a long time, but I can see that we're kin. Like, we're kin to each other. We're very much like each other with this, Lover's energy. So don't eat the poison apple. Like, this is a person who's very encouraging of you. Very, very encouraging of you. You're a stock nerd. That's like very much what I'm getting. There's like some kind of like ability to project, and in order to like kind of guide here. And this person just feels like you're friends on a soul level. Like, there's a strong sense of simpatico. And with the Knight of Wands, there very well could be attraction here as well, and the Strength card, but that they're holding back on this because they want to be respectful of your space, and there could be some kind of like level of clinging here, but they feel like something here needs to transform. Maybe you need to transform. That's kind of what they're seeing, is like, you need to see your value. You need to see your worth, and they want to be a part of that, but in like a very hands-off kind of a way. And I almost feel like this person just seeing you in this energy is like very helpful, like very, very helpful. So this is a strange one. I'm a projector. LOL. So what else? Like, okay, there's such a love for your energy here, and an admiration, a friendliness, a real desire to engage. This person wants to smile at you. This person wants to text you every day. Maybe not every day, but it's like they get excited to talk with you and to interact with you. And they really like your mind. And they kind of think that your mind has become its own worst enemy. And they want to kind of just mirror to you that you're incredible, and that they love having conversations with you, and that they love like the things that you want to talk about. They love that. They want that with you. But I feel like they're trying to be very respectful of your space here in some way, shape, or form, because like they want to approach very slowly, because they know that you kind of had to deal with the same energy that they have of not being taken seriously or not being seen for what you truly are, for how amazing you are. So they want to just like make sure that they're being very respectful here towards your energy. They think that you're going to be very successful one day. That they kind of want to say these things to you, like, just hold on, just wait, okay? Because a person like you're not going to be down for long. You don't stay down for long, is what I'm getting. And I'm hearing like you have no idea, like embrace the mystery, like you have no idea like kind of what's coming up. But then what's all this? Yikes. So there could have been some kind of, okay. So what I'm getting is that's this darkness. Okay. This person could have witnessed. Remember I said there's a simpatico between your energy. And when I was describing before is like this person has had to confront a lot of people's shadows, a lot of people's darkness. This person thinks that you've gotten in your head because you've had you also, like them, deal with a lot of other people's shadow energy. There's something about you that's so beautiful, or it's so talented, or it's so crisp, or it's so innovative, or it's so interesting. It's so bubblegum. It's like you just want to chew it. It's like, it like really draws people in, that it makes other people, not makes other people, but it brings out this shadow aspects of other people where their insecurities, they're jealous, that they kind of, even without their knowing, for a lot of these people, they kind of like try to tear you down because they feel intimidated by you, but they feel like you've taken this on, where you think that you must be doing something wrong instead of doing something very, very right, and just being around the wrong kinds of people that can't appreciate that because they're just not in a place where they can be happy for other people who are doing well for themselves. And instead they have to kind of try to erode that, or like, so they're saying you don't see that this energy has been betraying you, or like subtly eroding you, and has caused you to kind of block off at your heart space. And instead this person wants you to go through this transformation, and maybe even like get rid of some of the people and places and things that you've been around, and definitely some of these old mindsets, and like actually stabilize your energy after this. They really want that. And I think for a lot of you, this person may want to work with you or build with you. If you are ingenuitive, this person may want to invest in something, or feels like there's a real possibility that you could build together over the long haul. I mean, and there's like a real work connection here in regards of this. And that's what they see, this Queen of Pentacles energy in you. And they have it as well. I'm hearing like recognizes like, game recognizes game. And they're like, I'm not intimidated by you because I'm the fucking same as you. And like, I think it's great. And I understand why you kind of have to fly under the radar a little bit, and why you're very action oriented. So this person, you're like a dream come true for this person. Your independence, your grace, your poise, your beauty. This person is like, this is the way that I see you. The Nine of Pentacles. You got everything. You're just ready. You're ready for the harvest. You're ready for the harvest. And I'm so sorry that these other people have been knocking you and like making you feel like you're less than what you're worth. But it is something that occurs with people who are great. I'm hearing it's a price to pay for greatness. This is a person who's just like very much in your corner, very, very much in your corner. And you would know whether or not like this energy comes through on a soul level. This person loves you, loves you, loves you, loves you, loves you. And this feels like for a long time. And they're confused about maybe like some kind of magician energy. So maybe your skill set, where it is that you want to go. They feel like you have like a lot of options and that you've had to... I don't know. I think they feel like you need to walk away from something here, even because it's hurting you. You need to walk away from something because it's hurting you. And I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, you know? Okay, but yeah, it's like you just need to call us, like you need to grieve something here. They're really adamant about this. I feel like, do you know what this is? Like what they feel like you need to, oh, the Knight of Wands energy, this in and out energy, argumentative energy that's around you, really immature energy, people that kind of lash out and putting you in situations where you feel like you have to be strong. This person sees you as the Empress and they like, I'm hearing they pine after you. They love you. Look, they're the Emperor and they want to protect you and they want to kind of like guide you. So this is interesting. What else does this person want to say? To pile number 3. This is a really interesting energy. I have no idea who this person would be because, so I'm hearing some paths aren't worth going down. You can be interested. There could be a spark, but some paths just are not worth going down because it's too argumentative. It's not worth it. It's not worth your energy. It's just going to be leaving you feeling depleted and out in the cold. So you need to make a change here. This person's adamant that you need to make a change. And like a fresh beginning. Follow your heart, follow your joy, follow the people that love you, follow like the happiness, connect with like the happiness. And when you do that, then it's like it puts it back like on these other people where they need to work. I'm hearing level up, level up, level up, level up. This person would tell you that there are people who preoccupy on your energy to avoid looking at their own energy. They have really watched you grow and shift and change. They have really watched you grow, shift, and change. They're very much impressed by that. And it's really changed their perspective on you. And I think they feel like maybe they didn't give you enough credit in the past as well. But they would have been very quiet about it. This isn't a person that would have been like very showy about it. They just were pleasantly surprised. Like, you know, they were just kind of, I'm hearing you're one to watch. So let me see. Okay, yeah, the Fool. What is this energy? When you go down wrong paths, it means that you don't accept the higher cup. Like the cup that's, the fools just want to betray you, is what I'm hearing. The fools just want to betray you. So this is, I'm going to get another deck here. Oh, let's just get my tea leaves. Let's get the tea leaves. This is all about what you need to say no to. Tiger, doing something risky, taking a chance. This person would want to encourage you to take a chance, to put yourself out there and be seen with the sun, happiness and well-being, to go after your happiness, to go after your well-being. And this tiger to me looked like the word trigger. So I feel like you shining your light, you being successful, especially in a career space or within your personhood, is a trigger for some other people here that want to kind of like try to pin you down. And you need a new job or a new career is what I'm getting. Like you need to take a risk and to seek out, you need to seek out information that will help you do that. So this person really believes in you. They believe in your skill set. And they feel very romantically towards you here as well. Like with the rose energy, I'm hearing every rose has its thorn. You shouldn't feel ashamed for having a thorn. Wishbone, a wish is granted. Wind chimes, peace and harmony. Wheel, indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. So yeah, like this person just wants to encourage you to act in some way. Yes. Moon, changes in your life. Rabbit, too much concern with sexual matters. But this is the year of the rabbit. So that's what I'm getting here for this. And rabbits are very fickle creatures, and they're prey animals, and they're always like kind of like jumpy. This person wants to get you out of that energy, out of that jumpy energy. Let me just, I feel like, okay, this is a person, this is such a, I don't know who you're asking about for this pile. Because with this engineer, it's like they want to help like guide your path. This almost feels like a life coach, or like somebody wants to like help get you there, you know? Say a reading for myself, but I definitely need to hear this. Yeah. This is like a really visionary. I'm hearing visionary, vision is scary, polluting the airways, the rebel. Gotta, yeah, so a visionary, vision is scary. So like this person's like imagining a new way of being for yourself, a new life for yourself is really scary. This, for some of you, I feel like this is just a message that's coming in from spirit, you know, where it's like, envisioning a new way of being, snapping into a new way of being, it can be very scary, but you don't want to compromise your vision in order to make it more acceptable, especially to people who don't care about you. I know I'm such a Swiftie, but it's also like she does this live version of Clean where she says, the moment that you realize that you are not the opinion of people who don't know you or care about you, in that moment, it's like you're clean. Like the moment that you realize that. And I feel like you're kind of going through a process where spirit is saying I really feel like this is a message from spirit. And if you've tapped this person's energy, it very well could be that they feel this way about you, but I feel like their energy towards you, their love for you is so high vibrational that it just tapped you right into the way that spirit feels about you. So they're saying like you've been up against some really troublesome, very dark, very negative energies. It's other people's shadow content. Like they're not any different than any of us. We all have our own shadows to deal with. It's just these people are not dealing with their shadows. Instead, they're choosing to just kind of project it out onto you or pretend like it's your problem or that you're responsible for cleaning it up or that you're the wrong one. Or and so this is... it's really like just, it's not true. It's not true. And that's part of, I'm hearing discernment. Discernment is so necessary on your path, and you're learning discernment through this, and you're learning to trust your own inner compass. Samaritan energy refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. I feel like this is something that you're hyper plugged into, but there's certain people here that are bullies that are trying to like, get you into this like get their hooks into you. You need to fix this. You have a responsibility to me. And spirit is saying they have a responsibility to themselves. And for, you know, it's like they just see you as being this stable person. And it's because you have this journey. You have this love for a journey of personal empowerment and climbing this mountain. And they're supposed to watch that. They're supposed to be inspired by that and engage their own. That is you helping them. That's the way you're supposed to help them. Their ego wants to define that word help. That you owe them something, you owe them your ideas, and not getting paid for your ideas, or not being appreciated for your ideas. I'm hearing they eating all the food off your plate and they don't do dishes, right? So they want to eat all the food off your plate. They want to eat all that yummy nutrition they want to take from you, and then they want to turn around and not do the dishes. They don't want to help out. They don't want to give you the credit. It's kind of like coming through like a music contract, like you're new in like a music business and the record label wants you to sign, but then you get way less than what it is that you deserve, and you're made to feel like that's just you paying your dues, but it's not. And it's like this bully kind of an energy. So, and it's because the shadow content of these people, they're just negative. There's just like negative, nasty energy that is around you, and you're not responsible for it. They have to clean up their own. They need to do dishes is what they need to do. Celebrate the beauty in yourself is what I'm getting. Like you've been a slave to these like lower, you've been giving your willpower over out of the fear of making your own choices, but you've been giving it over to this bullying energy that wants to define everything. And the only reason that you're susceptible to that is because like you're really like building this thing up within you, your own like ferocity. So this is kind of turned into a bit of like a pep talk. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you. Bullied out of a workplace, and then they told me I should speak up more and retaliate, and that just the way it goes. So spirit is saying like definitely take time within. But this is different than withdrawing from society out of fear of negative judgments. Right? Like they don't want you to hide it under a bushel. No, they don't want you to hide your energy and tuck it away. Instead, they want you to focus intently. I feel like this could, for those of you who are patrons, because the reading that we voted on is the messages from your spirit guides. And that's the one that we're doing tomorrow in our live stream over there. And I feel like this is the one they want you to start thinking about tonight, before we get into that energy in more detail in the 3 piles tomorrow, over there. All right. Angel. Okay, this is Angel in disguise. So again, it's just like watching out for the snakes. People who talk the talk, but like I was saying in another pile, don't really have the personal experience. That's how you can tell that you're dealing with somebody who's in shadow energy. And yeah, challenge authority to affect social change, reject spiritual systems that do not serve your inner needs. You have a responsibility to figure out where it is that you go. And yeah. Okay. I feel like I want more information for this pile. It's kind of weird to me that this is turning into, some kind of like a pep talk. So what else would this, I'm going back to the person energy, Spirit. What else would this person say? You can't move forward to your wish fulfillment this way. It has to change. So if you feel like you've really been confronted with a lot of this like dark energy, it's because it's forcing this change. It's forcing this change within you so that you can actually level up. And I'm hearing you've been praying to level up. So, but that it's not just like, okay, now here we're just going to give you this. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you're still susceptible to these kinds of energies, it's all just going to come crumbling down. So this is actually the road to what it is that you want. Yeah, Spirit, I'm hearing like we've been trying to give you this higher cup and you're not noticing it because you're too burdened. You're too burdened with things that you shouldn't be burdened by. They want you to heal and they want you to like follow like your own guiding light here. You have everything that you need to move forward and to untangle your mind from these like lower negative energies. But I'm watching you go, thank you for the lesson, like to these energies. They're kind of testing you. I feel like I almost don't have very much to say. Blue. I just heard blue. Like the key is right there. You're feeling depleted. You're feeling left out in the cold or something, but the key is right there. Right there. Like sanctuary is just around the corner. Like you can get this, but you need to let go of something here. You need to grieve. Grieve what, Spirit? 2 of Cups. Somebody that you thought was, the 2 of Cups for me, it's like, it could be a love relationship here. But it also could be somebody that you thought you were simpatico with. The Strength and the Fool, right? Like the leader in the crowd, that lion energy in Aquarius. Somebody that was different than you, but you thought it was, the same. Yeah. Anything else? I just feel like I want more from this, and I feel like you think you want, that's what they're trying to get across to me. It's like I'm like, well, I need more information. No, you don't. No, you don't. You have everything you need to start untangling and detaching yourself from like this older way of being, and like be very stable and to speak from an empowered place, a stable, like empowered place. You're clinging to something here, but it's time to change. You're trying to transform. You're clinging to some smaller version of yourself where you're seeing yourself as not as strong and powerful as you are. So this is like a big change that you're on the cusp of, where you're moving from the Page of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. And I feel like this could be a big level up in finances here as well. And it's not a matter of strategy. It's not, I'm hearing let it go and let go of the fight. You have to let go of the fight to be able to accept this new beginning that Spirit is trying to offer you. I keep hearing the song Clean. So I feel like that's all I'm really getting. This is just, yeah, you're never going to get there just logically. That's how you're going to kind of break your heart here in this space. But I mean, I just feel like I'm kind of going around and around in circles, and Spirit is doing that intentionally, because it's like, we can't even go like any deeper into this because it would defeat the purpose. It would defeat the purpose of this message, which is you have everything that you need. And this is also reminding me of my favorite poem ever by Adi Ashanti, where he says, I'm not giving you any more sooty knowledge to perfume your mind with. God is not in a mood, is in a mood to plunder your riches and to fling you nakedly upon the shore. It's time to cut away from this. It's time to cut away from this. You don't need anything else. So, yeah. In this pile, I've tasted Philly cheesesteaks, pickles, and now buttered toast. That is so funny. Yeah, this is just a matter of like understanding that this is what it is and that it's teaching you this lesson, of your own strength. Yeah, I'm just hearing level up, level up, level up, level up. I don't really know what else to say. Maybe you feel like you have been in this series of, or this phase of stagnation, but you're really getting a different perspective on this situation, on yourself, and on this shadow energy that you've been confronted with, so that you can level up. And I'm hearing tenacity, grit. Like, I'm just hearing those kinds of things. So, yeah, that's what I'm getting for you guys. Thank you. That's so nice. So just a reminder for those of you who are over on Patreon, we have our Patreon live stream tomorrow. And like I said before, we voted on what messages your spirit guides want to give to you. So we're going to be doing that. I feel like this was a little taste test. And for some reason, they're priming the pumps here. They want you to start thinking about that you have everything you need to move forward. And I think they want you to just kind of meditate on that and understand that before they get into more specific messages tomorrow. And I think that's another reason why they're stopping me, is because there's something about an alchemical process of just sit with this, and then we'll we'll get into that more over there. So, okay. Oh yes, thank you for reminding me. Okay, so overall spirit messages. I did say I was going to start doing that. So, okay. If you missed the last live stream, I said that I really like this, where we'll take time at the end and we'll try to tap into any overall spiritual messages that spirit is trying to get through to you. So, well, I don't want to jump out. No. Hold on. Let me see here. What deck? What deck? You know when it's time to go. Yes. Okay, yeah, thank you for reminding me. Okay, so overall, this Pluto card wants to come out. You're undergoing a powerful cycle. And you are transforming. And they see you transforming. Oh, thank you guys so much. And thank you so much for all the super chats. I can't even believe how generous you guys were today. Training wheels off. Okay. I just heard you're a perfectionist. And we love and hate that about you. That's what I just heard. Okay, what else, Spirit? There's an overall message. Interesting. Okay. So you have people watching you. There's two people in particular that are being highlighted here. I don't know if you know who these people are. One of them is strategizing. They're at a distance. They feel frozen out. There may be some sexual attraction here, and there's that mastery energy over something. There's another person here who could potentially be part of your family, and who's feeling very, they're feeling kind of down, and they're actually intimidated by your energy, which is crazy because I don't feel like you see yourself in a strong, powerful position here, like with this family member or something like that. And you are in this earth energy. And I feel like this is kind of piggybacking off of pile number 3, where like that kind of Queen of Pentacles energy. So there's something about like your long-term trajectory that has been like kind of intimidating here, or people are trying to make sense of. And I think you're feeling this right now. Like you're feeling this like being observed sort of an energy. And it's kind of making you feel some type of way because you are undergoing a transformation yourself. And so it feels uncomfortable to be observed in this space. And, you know, for all the reasons that we kind of already mentioned that have come out in some of the other piles, because you know that you're not like quite where it is that you're going yet. And you don't want people to misunderstand you or something like that. But they're saying they want to remind you that you're actually a pro at this. I feel like you've proven your salt in this. Like this is why people are watching you, is because you're actually really good at this. You're really, really good at your transformational energy, even though it can be an awkward time. And they're just kind of likening likening it to adolescence, where it's like a really weird, awkward time where your voice is dropping or you're getting acne or like, whatever. And so it's just uncomfortable, but it doesn't mean that anything's wrong. And they just want to remind you that you've been chosen to do this, to kind of have these, at the very least, 2 people watching you undergo this, because you are demonstrating how it's done. And people are having their own like responses to this. Like there's like a strong fear response in both of these people, but like kind of in different ways. Like one person just kind of like standing back, like watching, like, and they're like really, they're stuttering at the place of their own transformation. Another person is really afraid, and I just heard embarrassed, because they feel like personally, like it's an attack on them, or something like that. Like it's not. But these people are projecting those things outwards onto you because they don't know how to, they wouldn't know what to do with their own transformational energy. They're learning that from you. It's something that you're contracted to kind of help teach these people. But, so they definitely don't understand yours. And so there's a lot of vitriol that's kind of like coming up, and they're blaming you for things, and I feel like you just kind of feel this energy, like here at this, current time, like you're just kind of feeling this energy. And they just want to remind you that this is what you agreed to. I'm hearing you're contracted for this. This is a part of like your swap or your agreement, like with these 2 souls that are coming through in particular, or these 2 types of souls that are like watching you. This is your agreement, is to kind of be like vulnerable, and to kind of, I feel like these people have been watching you over a longer period of time. And there is something significant about 26. So it could be like the 26th of the month, or when you were 26, or maybe they're 26. I don't know. And there is a lot of love here, especially on a soul level. And these souls, even if they're not expressing it in the physical, there's a lot of love that's coming through. And there's resistance. And so you're kind of like met with all of this energy, but it's headed in the right way, if that makes sense. Oh, thank you, Steve. So anything else, Spirit? Yeah, Spirit is just saying, hold on, it gets better as you go. That's what I'm hearing. You shouldn't be worried about these people. No. You don't need to be worried about these people. They are contracted to watch you. If they can't simply watch you, there will be karmic consequences for this. Spirit's kind of managing everything. This is kind of like being on Patreon, where, Patreon manages everything, and I just kind of show up and do my thing, and Patreon manages everything. And Spirit's saying, we've set you up where we're managing everything. There's going to be immediate karmic consequences, but so they want you to feel like more stable in your energy. You're doing fine. I'm hearing you're doing fine. They just want to remind you you're doing fine. And that you're contracted because you're good at this. I feel like because of the energy that's been thrown at you, because remember the eyes are solar. So because of the energy that and I feel like you're very intuitive. So because of that, you've been feeling insecure in yourself, or you've been maybe feeling like you've done something wrong. They just want to remind you, no, you're not. Thank you for doing this. And it's all being managed. I think they just want you to... most horrible thing I've ever experienced. Yeah. Anything else, Spirit? Okay, there's like a mulling energy. So it's like, yeah, it's a long process for these people. They're mulling it over. I'm just pulling more cards. Okay. 1 second. So one of these people you're actually watching, it's this Pluto person. You could have had interactions with this person, some kind of messages or something. You were very like confused. This is a person where there's like that work connection, something here like that. And yeah, maybe there was a message, but it was like headed in the wrong direction. I don't know. It's just showing me that they're not really a threat. If anybody's a threat, it would be more this family situation, because look at this. You got 2 major arcana over here, the Strength and the Tower. These could represent 2 different people, where somebody here is like more leonine and somebody here is more Mars, more aggressive, maybe here as well. And so this is potentially combustible here, but it's also a Cancer card where they're like under the water. and they're being held in check, is what I'm getting. And so there could potentially be a tower moment. Okay, yes, this is what Spirit's saying. So this family situation is the one where it is more volatile. Spirit is this maiden energy that's like, shh, calm it down, with the lion, that beastly energy that wants to kind of like lash out or something like this. Spirit's like, we're ready with the tower. We're ready with the tower. Like, should the tower have to come in, and it could potentially have to do with giving and receiving or some kind of finances, that they'll get hit or rocked in that kind of a space. Maybe even in terms of their strength, could be physical body, their reputation, their something like that. If they can't keep it together, that's all Spirit's wanting to remind you of. Is I feel like you're working towards a reunion with these people, but this might not be in this lifetime. But this is what's required, is these people to undergo their own changes and transformation. I'll just pull one more card for what they're each transforming on, and then we'll wrap this up. Okay, you're getting your justice in this situation. You are getting your justice, okay? They need to balance out and be strong for you. These people owe you something karmically. They owe you this transformation in no uncertain terms, which is also why there's very little wiggle room for people messing up. This family member here, what they're changing and transforming is this Queen of Wands energy. So this could be like, thinking they're the shit, or like being very bossy, or like, maybe even being overly obsessed with like their physical appearance, wanting things to happen now, like very quick results. Being kind of self-absorbed. Like, this needs to change into a healthy Queen of Wands energy. I actually feel like some of these family members could be tapped for spiritual leadership, but this is lifetimes from now. They're on the path to spiritual leadership, and you're kind of like helping demonstrate that. This other energy that you are watching, they are meant to be letting go of this kind of negative Queen of Wands like energy, maybe in their own family, in their own life. And they do owe that to you. They need to cut the red thread, and then they need to cut out the bullshit, I'm just hearing. So in order for there to be peace brought into the situation, peace and harmony and forgiveness, genuine, true forgiveness. And it's funny, because I mentioned at the beginning of the reading, genuine, true forgiveness is not just like, well, I forgive you. And then there's this like, nobody's ever really changed anything. So the same old nasty patterns like play out again. Spirit is involved. So Spirit is working towards something higher than this, working on your justice here. It's just a slow, long arc is kind of what I'm getting. And everybody's got to work through their own bullshit, their own fears, their own illusions, so that people can be brought back together in this situation. But that's the ultimate goal, and is to bring in peace, a new beginning, and some kind of information that could change your perspective here on the situation for all of you that is involved. You're all kind of doing work here. And you even may have messages from Spirit that are coming in to help you see that, it's not just a monster in the dark that you're dealing with. It's a person who is going through their own struggles. And it's not that you excuse that ever. Because Spirit is acknowledging that they need to change in order to bring peace to the situation and in order to balance out their karma with you. But it's also important that we understand that just incarnating is a huge act of strength, and it's something to be respected, and that we all are trying here. Like, even just through like that incarnation, even if you have to keep somebody at a distance, it's like, try to understand the ogre. You know what I'm saying? It's like kind of Monsters Inc. kind of flavor. You need to be doing your spiritual work, because a lot of you you're further along, but like you're tapped for spiritual leadership as well. So when you think about Ramana Maharshi, and you think about his perspective and his energy, like towards people, how would Ramana, and you're trying to become his twin, you're trying to tune yourself to his higher energy. You're not simply focusing on the people that have to learn from you. You understand that you still have your lessons to learn, and you're seeking out the rock that is higher than you, and you're still making your own progress, because in doing that, the rest of this kind of, you are doing the right actions in these other situations, because you shouldn't be doing I'm starting to get tired, but it's like you're not gonna get the right action by focusing on these people who are lesser developed than you, by focusing on the person who's higher developed than you. And by engaging in your own journey in the right way, you will naturally have the right perspectives and the right energy towards these other energies. So, all right. That's what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for spending your Friday morning. I hope that this was valuable to you. Thank you so much again for all of the kind words, and all of the kind words about what we do over on Patreon, and also for all of the, whatever they're called, the... super chats. I'm so tired. I'm going to go eat something and take a nap. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.